And now movement here right away. Maybe a sign of things to come with this crowd. That's on the guard, Kevin Zeitler, first-round pick back in 2012. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Watch it now, Barney!
Mike's 59.
They go play action here on first down.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Kill.
A first down throw for Mayfield. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tucker roll that they can fall back on anymore.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
Watch that.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, you know, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the 2 defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slipped free.
Over!
And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down.
Detroit!
Whip.
Detroit!
There we go. 37's the Mike. Mike 37.
Hot!
You can't block me.
3rd and long for Mayfield. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
Check. Check 99. Check 99. Mike 56. Mike 56.
Now a first carry from Melvin Gordon. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Watch it now, Barney!
4 down.
Hot!
They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Larry Ogunjobi in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Sacks all day, baby.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Right there. 54, right there.
Over! Hot!
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
They'll look to throw.
Check safety.
He sets to fire deep. Looking for Perriman, and it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Green 39! Green 39!
First carry for Nick Chubb. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Watch you now, Barney! Barney!
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. Finding some room at midfield.
Switch up.
And finally marked down at the 23. A big play that time out of Chubb. 43 yards. So he rips off a great run and shows you why this year he's top 10 in rushing in the league.
And looks like he's trying to move up fast on the leaderboard, doesn't he? Top 10? Looks like he's running to get into the top 5.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Watch tight end.
Watch you now, Barney! Barney! Gun! Detroit! Over!
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
He had a good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
Detroit!
4 down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39! Green 39!
Check 4.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down. So on comes Cairo Santos now for the field goal try. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
54.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. Nigel Bradham brings him down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Set! 319! 319! No.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Switch!
Watch him now, Barney!
Mike's 54!
Over!
Let's go, D!
Hot!
It's gonna be a long day, offense!
He'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on to kick it away. This is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met. I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a game.
Watch left. Tight end to the left, tight end left.
Now let's go! 319! 319!
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Browns.
No gain on the play.
Watch tight end. Key him. Key the tight end.
Set! 319! 319!
Hey, check. 3 down.
Gone!
I got him, man.
First down, Mayfield. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Crunch.
Watch it now, Barney.
Mike's 5-4.
They go back to Gordon here on first down. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with third and still 7 yards to go.
Lay down.
Gun! Watch it now, Barney! Watch it now, Barney!
Watch the twist.
Now back to throw. And the third down pass falls incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. And the Browns getting set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, a 22. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Hey, we got 3 down.
Hurry up, here we go! Green 39! Green 39!
You got tight right there.
All right, now, lucky 56!
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. And his throw here's incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku. And now it's second down. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
On second down, Johnson. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out, and picked up by the Chargers. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
shift. Watch the shift. Mike's
Over!
watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Leopard! Gun!
Check 59. Mike is...
They run again on first down, Chubb. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Casey Hayward makes the tackle. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
Let's get it.
All right, now, lucky 56. Hut!
Now a second down throw for Mayfield. Underneath for Johnson. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up a third down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Patriot!
In your face.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Southern California after this. The Browns on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Here we go. Hurry up, here we go. 3.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson, and he'll take this one down to the 36. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So the kick from here on a field goal would have been right at 53 yards, but instead, offense out there. They're going for it.
Guys, check me out. We got 3 down, but we got to stand up over there.
Hut!
Eyes on 10.
Hut!
Watch safety creep. Safety's creeping. Check hot route. Hot.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
3 down.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
No.
Watch you now, Barney.
They pitch it to Chubb. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So that one will be accepted.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
Disabled guests could be dropped off at this location prior to departing the vehicle and picked up after the game.
Tight end left.
All right, here we go. Green 39.
5'9", Mike 5'9".
Gun.
Shift.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for
Detroit!
second down.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. That'll be a gain of 16, and that'll bring up a third down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The Browns on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4.
Hey, we got three. We got three. Three down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Check the backer. Check the backer. Bang, bang, bang.
Leopard! Leopard! Detroit! Detroit!
Safety creep.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
We've seen this offense go for it on 4th down already on this drive. I wonder if they'll go for it again.
I certainly wouldn't rule it out with these guys. They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on 4th down.
Three down. Three.
Here we go now. 319. 319.
And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
So outcome.
Trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
"15 seconds, all that remains for this first half as they come up 1st and 10.
Barney.
He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. We got double up. Double up. He's crashing.
Watch him now, Barney.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to look deep for Perriman. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Passes pass, ball incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Hey, turn it up. Turn it up.
Watch him now, Barney.
Kill. Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
Get in there, huh?
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down, play takes it across the 40-yard line. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
54's Mike. 54.
Watch him now, Barney.
Watch 54.
They'll start the third quarter on the ground with Gordon, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Watch him now, Barney.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right. He struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
22's coming. 22's coming. Mike.
Now Gordon on first down. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
86 to man. Watch him now, Barney. Over.
Hey, switch gears.
Back to throw here. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Allen, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
All right, now, lucky 56.
Hey, alert 3.
Watch him now, Barney. Detroit.
22, Mike. 22.
He'll drop to throw. That is caught. It's Perriman. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 18 big yards on that one and a Charger first. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Detroit.
22's coming. Mike.
Over. Gun.
Kill. Turn up.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Jam.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The Chargers on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Watch you now, Barney. Barney.
Three down.
Watch you now, Barney. Barney.
Slam.
Looking to throw. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving.
Philly, here we go.
You better be ready.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Watch the edge.
Watch you now, Barney. Barney.
Shift. Watch the shift.
Following the penalty, here's Gordon. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Set. Green 39. Green 39. Gun. Detroit.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
The Chargers on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Over.
Check 26. Check 26.
Watch you now, Barney.
Check 3.
They'll set up to throw. Looking for Perriman, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
Check. Lucky.
Gun.
Safe.
They begin this drive with Chubb. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Double tight, guys. Double tight. Odd. 3 down.
Now let's go. Blue 90.
2nd down, Mayfield. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd?
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Check.
Hut.
Hey, switch.
From the gun, Mayfield. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Kentrell Bryce picks it. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. That pick, his 9th on the season.
Remember when we were kids and you were playing Little League Baseball? and they penciled you in the 9 spot in the order. That wasn't so good, was it?
Were you in the 9 hole?
Or you played the 9 position, right field. That wasn't so great.
That wasn't. You're picking dandelions out there.
Exactly.
Right? But the 9 picks you want.
You want that in a big way. That's a great season.
Heck of a season.
Hey, watch 13.
Watch you now, Barney. Barney.
Single, slot.
Watch you now, Barney. Barney.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Incomplete. He was trying to hit Melvin Gordon there. That'll bring up second down.
When you can count on one hand the number of completions you've had in a game and we're in the second half, that tells you it's really not been your day.
Yeah, but you're losing. You can't just abandon the passing game altogether.
Yeah, maybe you can get hot, string a few together, and get rolling.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right.
Over.
Check.
Detroit.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Chargers on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Alert. 3 down.
Over. No. Check. Patriot. Watch you now, Barney.
SOS.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Right back to him on 1st down.
You don't want no problems with me.
Back now at the StubHub Center in Carson. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4.
Check.
Over.
Check 99. Check.
Over.
Mike's 22.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended target, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 9.
Check. Hey, watch Sam. Check Mike 54. Let's go, D. Big series right here.
They'll drop the throw. And too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And his kick is indeed good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Chubb. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Mayfield now on 2nd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Now, let's go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
Mayfield to throw it. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And he will score. Touchdown, L.A.
Coaches always tell their players someone's got to make a big play, but what they mean is a game-altering play, a game-changing play, a turnover forced, and we just got that. I mean, how about that play, Brandon?
Yeah, a pick six, 4th quarter, that is a game changer.
Someone read their keys, and someone had the courage to go after the ball right then and there.
And it gives them the lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now Mayfield going for the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 26. A big play that time for Cleveland. 49 yards. A give. This is Chubb. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Double tight. Hey, we got 3 down.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Twist.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They run it again with Chubb. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
And that's one of the reasons you like the blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3.
No. Check. Patriot. Patriot.
Rip right.
They'll run for it. Chubb.
10.
They get 6 yards going for it on 4th, and now it's 1st and goal.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
Check me out. We got 3 down, but we got to stand up over there.
They'll run with Chubb, and not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So 1st down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Lucky 56.
3 down.
Gun.
Mayfield down. Flush to his right. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 9, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
Watch him now, Barney.
Kill. Check 24.
All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's Mayfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score, and he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
52. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
Watch him now, Barney.
Man.
Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. You know, I was going to ask you if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
He's checking.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Now a timeout coming in here defensively as they stop it before the 2-minute warning with 2:09 to go in the game. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
Watch, twist.
Watch him now, Barney.
56 is the Mike.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
We got three down. Shift. Deuce.
On the counter, here's Gordon. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Tight end right. Hey, four down. Over.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Check. Crunch.
Watch you now, Barney.
Now a 20th carry, number 20 here for Melvin Gordon. And down he'll go at the 25. That one good for 12 yards. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it. And boy, the reward was there. A big pickup. And guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Watch you now, Barney.
Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike.
Now a handoff. This is Gordon. Oh, and they had him stopped short of the first, but a penalty marker down. And that looked like a clear face mask to me.
Last stop.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Victory formation time for the Chargers. They take a knee.
Fields left. You remember me?
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319.
He's coming. 22's coming. Mike.
Victory formation time for the Chargers. They take a knee.
Partner, they took a knee to finish this one off. To me, that's the only thing they lost in the fourth quarter. How about that comeback?
Yeah, trailed coming into the last frame. Got it done, taking the knee. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium. That certainly applies.